Right, we've got fucking water. We've got water right there. Let me finish running this pipe down here so that we're literally ready to go. We'll do it with a bisylite. We'll do it with an 8. This might as well go through. Bastard. Get back. No. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. There we go. Fuck you. I won't. No. No. There we go. Easy as that. That can go there. We'll need a ladder over here. Ah! Dig all this out as well, because fuck that. Fuck that chlorine. Go to you. Go to you. Dig all this out. And that. It's bad for a while, but I have a food rotation thing going on now. So I was not paying every time I ate food, but nowadays it's rare. Still getting over the fear of food though. The fear of getting sick is real. Oh, Shivan, that sounds miserable, buddy. Jesus. Collecting grotty stuff and storing it in chlorine. Yeah, I know, but I mean the germs don't get killed immediately in chlorine quirts, and I've not been paying much attention to, you know, I've not been very careful with my building. I've just been carrying on regardless. So I figured there would be some germs. That was all, quirts. If not, hooray! But I thought there would be some. Natural gas generators. Where should I put those? So I'm going to need to collect the water and pump it into either here or pump it into fertilizer makers. I'm going to deconstruct this and seal it off again now. Let's go to you and let's just bisylite you. I don't want to lose all my chlorine. So let's do you as well. And you can't get out of there. How much algae we got? 500 kilos. It's not enough. Okay. Right. By the way, guys, have some fluff. Why not? They can't reach this because I've sealed off that ladder. They can't reach that because I'm an idiot. So that's fine. Cool, we've got a lot of bleach stone. That's nice. Get rid of that shit. Pipe is now done. Cool. Power. Let's use some iron. Fine. Oh, I gotta head out. Have a great weekend, all. Nerd Rage. Have a lovely weekend, buddy, and thank you for popping by as ever. Much love, man. Have you named a Duke ball bag yet? I probably should. It's probably my favourite word at the minute. How's it going, Heckins? You alright, bud? Okay. Nerd Rage vanishes in a puff of logic. I only just read that. Right. Let's do that. That. That's quite a lot of Transformers, I'm not going to lie. I did not need to make this high. But fuck it. I'm doing it. Circuits for dates! Use more gold. You're gonna go like that, you're gonna go like that. You're gonna go like that, and you're gonna go like that. This is clumsy as hell. Heavy water's gonna go down here. You know what? I prefer it like that. It looks nicer. This is too many wires. Is that some sort of Easter egg thing? I doubt it very much, Siobhan. When I join the stream, there's 4 names I look forward to seeing. QWERTY, Hanno, Nerd Rage and Mex. Life always says ballback. I do say ballback a lot. That's a very nice thing you said, Heckins. I mean, I can't help but notice that my name isn't in that list. And, I mean, that fucking hurts, I'm not going to lie. Sharlank, any thoughts on the changes to the cooking station? I feel like they produce way too much heat. Sharlank, welcome to the stream first of all, buddy. I do agree. It's something I mentioned on the closed forums and was immediately shot down by the marvellous Rizu, who assured me that this is how they were meant to be. This is the right heat now. They're emitting the right amount of heat. The solution is just have more than one, or as I've been doing, just cook sort of 4 or 5 things at a time. And you'll see, I mean, I've made this out of copper, so I've not got the overheat bonus from gold, but it cools quicker. So, like, I've got shitloads of mushrooms at the minute, so when I want some, I get somebody to come along and you can see the heat absolutely roaring up, but because I've only queued up 5 or 4 or however many I want, obviously my narcoleptic just fell asleep, but I kind of like the idea that you can't just do it forever. It was very easy before, especially with sleet wheat and frost buns. But no, I don't think it's too excessive. I'm probably going to take some slight damage here, but I mean, if I just knock one of these off, it should be alright. And I think the better your chef as well, the better your chef, the faster they'll cook, so. If they think the grill change is a good choice, they must be idiots. My Duke's literally scolded while using it in an ice biome. It's like -50 degrees. Hello, Volks. How the devil are you, buddy? Long time no see. Yeah, I'm not against it. There is an easy solution, and that's just have multiple electric grills. Um, I don't. It's not easy, but I like that the game's more difficult now. Before you could just have like 3 grills for your entire base of 20 dupes and not worry about food ever. But now you have to sort of micro it a bit more. So I mean, now I've just cooked what 3 or 4 mushrooms, and now it's back down to 30 odd degrees. I'll queue up another 3. Abe starts cooking. Well, he's fucked off for a minute, but you know. I would say, Volks, are you making sure that your air pressure is good in your ice biome? Because it doesn't matter if your biome is minus 70 degrees, if the air pressure is shite, it'll overheat immediately. So this is probably going to take a little bit of damage if I'm not careful, and boop, there we go. And then if you look at the temperature, it'll just cool right down because it's made out of copper. So it's on the same level of shenanigans as the coal generator. Well, that's when it instantly overheated. It's not as bad as that. I just don't think it's meant to be continuous usage. That makes the food too easy, I suppose. I mean, look, it's cooled down again now. I've got 1 Wheezewort next to it. I'm not exactly cooling the base very well, as you can see. Everything's pretty fucking toasty. It's back down to 37. I can cook another couple if I want. I think that cools down pretty well. What material have you made yours out of? Plenty of gas. Too big of a heat source compared to the lack of Wheezewort in this update. There's less Wheezewort from what I can see, and I feel limited in what I can do in the long run. I've got a shitload of Wheezeworts. Maybe you've been unlucky with your world gen, because I've got a fuckload. I made it out of gold. That's your problem, Volks. Don't make it out of gold. What you've basically done is you've traded the extra temperature buffer of it overheating against the speed that it can cool down. You want it to cool down rapidly between them cooking. So I've made mine out of copper, right? Because copper is much better at transferring heat. So between every mushroom, every fried mushroom that it's cooking, it cools down a bit. That's the key, I think, buddy. Because like, look, I'm at 42 degrees. Look how rapidly it's falling. Whereas gold doesn't radiate heat very well at all. So. Thanks for the answer. I made the dupe with regeneration trait the cook, so it heals the damage from scalding, but I'm having the same problem as Volks. Just don't cook continuous, or if you're gonna cook continuous, have 4 or 5 different grills, and just pray that they don't keep using the same one. But you can see, I mean, I've just cooked a shitload of fried mushrooms. I mean, they've been eating them as they've been cooking them, but it's not a big deal. It really isn't. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It was fucking easier before. That's for sure, but like if I wanted to queue up with 3 more and it'll be fine. And this is in the middle of my base, you know. I don't know, works for me. But the material you build out of is the main thing. Don't just build all your machines out of gold. It's daft. Like especially batteries and things like that. You don't want to build them out of gold. You build them out of copper, and deal with the radiating of heat rather than, well, it'll last for a bit longer, but it'll never cool down. Do you know what I mean? So again, got 1 more mushroom left. 68 degrees, 69. And then it's cooled down like fuck. You can see how quickly the temperature's dropping. I had one as copper first though. I don't know, buddy. Pedro 2004 Antonio, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, bud. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you, folks. I mean, this is just an oxygen. It's not the highest concentration. In fact, it's pretty low. I mean, I've run out of algae at the minute, so my oxygen production is shite currently. This needs to happen now. I need this right now. There's a bit of algae there. Do I want to get that chlorine? Let's get that going as well. I feel like the heat production increase should have come with more possibilities of setting a certain amount of food being produced rather than 5 at a time or infinite amount. Like when you reach certain